Thanks for pointing that out, Aranya. Am I coming through okay? Hello there, by the way, everyone. Let me just check here. Yeah, that's seeming okay. Let me just turn this on. Oh, hang on, I might have just twigged it. Let me go back to the other screen a second. Hang on. If OBS will cooperate. Just had to tweak it a little bit. Hey, Opasbury, how you doing? Okay, let's get this on again. Now, I wouldn't put you through it again. Alright, here we go. Let's go here. Yeah, I just gotta try and climb as quick as I can. Just to say it, I am still at like 75%, you know, mental capacity. I mean, Friday night, I was death warmed up. I'd been in bed all day, and my mum would essentially say, come on, you've got to just have some to eat. So we sat downstairs and just had soup, and honestly, it was probably the worst I've felt in years. At least over the weekend, I felt a bit better. Yeah, I haven't been great. Like, I've mentioned, I didn't take my dog for a walk on Friday. That's the first time since 2021 she hasn't gone for a walk. And I've taken her the last 2 days, so she's, you know, it's a sign I'm okay enough that I've been able to get out. But Friday, I could barely walk, walk in a straight line without feeling dizzy. So, yeah. Whatever it was, it's getting better, but I've still got, like, tickles in the throat and all that. Yeah, I know for myself, but it's that thing of man flu. You know, you don't want to make a big deal out of something that isn't a big deal, but I know for myself, it felt bigger than it probably would. It felt big enough, you know. I mean, I said it on Discord as well. You know, I thought it might be COVID at one point, and I was like, I've got no idea what I'd do if it's COVID, in terms of, like, I've got to look after my mum still, and that is just something that I haven't thought about in a few years. Let's do that. I wouldn't say I've got great taste at the moment. I can taste a fair bit, but I'm a little bit paranoid about it, let's say that. Like, on Friday, I'd had cheese on toast for breakfast, like grilled cheese, before actually realising how bad I was. And I couldn't taste that. You know, and I thought, is it the cheese that's not tasty, or is it me not tasting it? I did a test anyway, and it all came back fine, so just one of those coincidences, you know. Hey up, Sop. You're right, man. Right, now, let me just quickly check where's Taman right now, because I haven't actually seen Taman's position. Oh, 2. We're alright there, then. Can I just do this, by the way? Quick pull one out. Liam, who's been inactive for 34 days, you know, pull one out there. Charlie, 161 days. And say I miss you, Charlie. And Revenue just yesterday retired. We're losing a lot of people I really like in this game. That's just off the top of this list as well. Successfully burgled Grand Theft Auto 5 online. I assume that's a good thing. I've never really tried GTA Online. Saw how online heavy it was needed, i.e. kind of needed multiplayer, or it felt like you needed multiplayer, and I was like, nah, this isn't up my alley. Yeah, I don't know what to make of it, if I'm going to be honest. I mean, Iron Lad dropping is good. What was the other one I thought about? Oh, Fastos. I mean, as far as I remember, Fastos hasn't had a Spotlight cache yet. So I found that quite an interesting one that they've given one to him. But still, it does feel a bit meh. Nothing too impactful dropped. Yeah, X23 was another good one, to be fair. And like I say, Kitty's been done before. I mean, I like the idea of Fastos dropping for the fact that personally it's one I haven't got. But besides that, I feel like it's a card that might see more play if it was cheaper. That sounds like a GTA thing to happen, right? Again, I haven't played it, but the few clips I've seen online of it, that seems like the sort of thing some people will do, just bombard you from the sky. Because why not? Huh. I think it's part of the reason I've never played it. I thought, okay, it's not really my kind of game. Like, I don't mind GTA in general, but when you've got other people involved, it sounds like uncontrolled chaos. By the by, I know this is such a weak source run, but I thought I just want to get something on the bank for the free-to-play. And I might be able to do like a droid run or something. Just while we're waiting for these Fleet battles to cool down. Oh, it's the first time you played GTA? I mean, I haven't really I actually re-downloaded it when it gave us a PS5 edition, so I haven't played it, but I did mean to. I always like the actual world for it. I thought, is it Los Santos they called it? Can't remember what the actual world map was called, but they did a good job with it. Ah, fair play. I say fair play because I know a fair amount of people who would have been like, you know what, I'll just ask my mum to get it, you know, I'll be a little bit sneaky. Certainly a lot of people around my age group, I tell you. I was too much of a good boy. I waited, but I know a lot of people who wouldn't. I tried playing GTA 3 a couple of years ago. I did like one video on my channel for it. It was an interesting game. Oh, you go and record what data discs are coming out. I mean, I feel like this one's just got that minor headache of we need to know what cheeses we need for certain feats. Oh yeah. Essentially, so we've got a rough idea of what's in, what's not. I'm curious what they do with GTA 6. I mean, personally, I hope they focus on the story a bit. I hope they don't. Sorry. I hope they don't just keep pouring into GTA Online. Like, by all means, you know, make sure that you've got the platform for the next however long we'll wait till GTA 7. But, you know, make sure GTA, the actual game, is good first. Yeah, I'll be honest, I think GTA videos are probably the hardest ones to make on YouTube, just for the fact that it's all the demonetizations you get. It doesn't affect me in terms of like the size of my channel, but it's certainly not great for growth. I mean, I was watching Scribe's video yesterday. It was the one where he'd received some stick recently. And first of all, I don't know why people are giving Scribe stick. He's a nice fella and all he does try and help people. You know, I don't get why you get trolls like that on channels like his, but hey ho, that's YouTube. But just thinking out loud about like what he was saying, there was one thing that stuck out to me, the idea that with this make good thing that CG did, they just completely ignored the actual problem. You know, all the stuff they put in that make good post, it was all nice, you know. I'm not saying, oh, this is bad, ugh. But it completely missed the point, which is that when I go onto Galactic Challenges, all I see, well, I say all I see, but the biggest, one of the things I see now is, you didn't pay, so you can't do this. You know, and it's not the fact that it mathematically affects me, but it's the fact that it's there. Exactly. And to be honest, it's why my guildmate left. Well, part of the reason why they left anyway. They were saying, as well as time sink issues of late, the fact that it's such overt money grabbing now. And I've got to agree, if they aren't going to crawl back on that, then it is overt money grabbing. They're essentially putting their hands out and begging for it.
Hey, y'all broke it.
And we've got a day and 2 hours, we've got a bit of time. I don't want to dawdle on it for the simple fact I've got to do Conquest and TB as well today, but good to keep an eye on it. I mean, last night I was doing the raid on my main, and it was like... I easily could have thrown in the towel. Yeah, it is Alday Kit. Hey up, man. I think I'd spent 2 to 3 hours again trying to get even to the penultimate wave of Queen Amidala run. You know, and it's just a point when you're like, I know it can work. I've had it work on the first run a fair few times, but sometimes you just get bad RNG after bad RNG. Okay, let's do that. I will just add, by the way, I've talked about feeling unwell, but if I look like death warmed up, I'm wearing a jumper, I've got my shirt on underneath, obviously, well, t-shirt. I was walking D before I started, and I got a thick coat on as well. So I just feel like if I'm looking hot and clammy, it's just more down to that. I haven't really had time to freshen up, shall we say. I mean, you say 2 steps back, when you add in like Leviathan, punishing one kind of shenanigans and all this, it's more like 4 steps back. I don't really think they've made a big step forward. Again, another little thing that irks me is that in that post originally about the episode pass, they were saying we're doing this with the free-to-play players in mind. And then when it actually comes out, you think there's a lot of paid-for stuff here that's front and center. It's a contradiction in terms. You know, you're trying to sell it as a free-to-play change, when in fact it's really a monetization change. You know, if you call a spade, I think people don't mind it as much, but when you try and say an apple's an orange, people don't like it. Exactly. I've heard people say that. It's certainly one way of having a loophole around it. Can't remember if it was F2P they wrote or free to play. I mean, look at this for garbage, by the way. Complete the battle with full tier Tuskens. I can only do this because all I've got is a 3-star Hu Yang. My Tuskens could not even survive the... was it this? Yeah, they couldn't even survive this. And we got Jawas coming up next. But it's alright. It's alright. I've only got one. Well, I've got one Relic Tusk and the rest Gear 8, if that. I just haven't put anything into my Tuskens other than Lord Vader, so that's Aurora. That's on the free-to-play anyway. On my main, I've got Relics, and I did get Max Crate there. Certainly won't be the same next week. While I do have Jawa there, I don't have the rest. I don't think this is full autoable. At least the AI doesn't seem to be smart enough to do it. Feels like I'm phoning it in a bit at the moment, but honestly, yesterday with the raid, it just cracked me up a bit. That was something that caught my eye about this as well. They make a point of saying that summoned enemies, i.e. summoned allies for us, 200% extra damage they take. I kind of get why they did it, but god, that is a lot when you think about it. No wonder the Handmaiden gets decimated. Okay, we're all good here. Before I go into the new round, I will show you what happened last round on the accounts. I did get a win on both, so that was promising, you know, considering I wasn't feeling great. My opponents didn't really put much of a fight. At least I recall it, they didn't. Okay. Droideka. I do wonder if they've taken any of the feedback we've tried to give them about this raid and improved Peridea. I mean, I feel like they did take some of the criticism of Endor on board, as far as we felt it was boring, and they tried to do something that required a bit more attention with this, but it just went completely too far that way, where you need to be on top of it the entire way. Yeah, that is a possibility. Funny, I'm drinking my drink here, but I've still got a big massive cup of coffee here as well. I think it's that bit of me that wants a colder drink. Yeah, no announcement. I'm just thinking about when it's on the horizon. I mean, it feels like one of them things where it will be soon enough. Probably February, March. They've already laid the groundwork for it. feels like by the time it comes out, they'll be able to say, well, if you haven't got Ahsoka and Enoch and all this lot built, then what do you expect? That's usually how it goes. Well, I wouldn't say I'll correct that. They do announce it early enough. It's just that they'll probably not announce details about the raid until shortly before release. Darmans, thank you for the follow. Hello there. But yeah, when it was the Naboo raid, they did give people like a little bit of a heads up that it was coming. That's why the Gungans were coming out and why Queen Amidala was needed, but that's about it. Yeah, that's what I'd have thought. I mean, it's definitely going to be next month for Ahsoka because of all this episode stuff, but I would have thought, like I say, February, March. Because we've got the Bad Batch stuff coming in January, February, so they might want to do a teeny weeny bit of overlap there. You know, make sure the raid has got an episode connected to it. They might not. Pardon me. Where I need 3 hands. I need one hand to mute the mic and another one to cover my mouth. For Endor and Naboo, offhand, I don't know. I can have a look. July 2nd, I think it was. It's meant to be like every 7 to 9 months, I think. Let me just see if we can find the Endor one. No, it doesn't say it. Hey up, Chris. I still got a tickly throat, but besides that, feeling a bit better. Hope you're doing right, man. Yeah, I was thinking 7 to 9. That was, I think when Naboo came around, it was quicker than everyone thought. I don't know, Chris. That's weird. I mean, I'm glad YouTube's working fine. But yeah, I don't know why Twitch is acting up. It might be something to do with encoding, because when I was turning the stream on today, and I can actually check it here, I did just happen to look at the quality coming out, and it has the option at 1440p, which is what I broadcast at. But then the next one down is 720p, so I don't know if that's an issue, like maybe Twitch just doesn't like 1440p. There we go, could catch that one. But yeah, I mean, if we're talking July for that, then it's August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, yeah. So it is around that time, February, March. And it does feel like it's going to be something to do with Peridia, because that way they can use Spectre as a tag, they can use Night Sisters as a tag, they can use Imperial Remnants as a tag. I don't think off the top of my head there's another one they could use feasibly. I mean, maybe at a chance they could go for Mandalorians again, but that feels very odd considering we had that for Crate. So I think it's just as likely they just go for 3 tags and say, right, you've known this is going for that again. You think they're going to do what they did with Naboo? Yeah, to be fair, I don't really think about it with Endor, because that was kind of a weird raid anyway, but you're right, obviously. Yeah, can't say I'm a fan of that, but we'll have to see. I honestly don't know, Sopper. I will say, by the way, there is one thing that I'm kind of liking with the daily quest update. The simple fact that I can do all my dailies at night, get me 600 tickets banked, and then, like on my main, I'm just chilling in second in Fleet Arena, so I don't even have to do a battle. You know, it's just banked from the, you know, doing a squad arena in and out the night before, and I'm just able to go straight to GAC. It's kind of nice. It's only one minor thing, but supposing you are in a position where you don't move in Fleet Arena much, it's probably very comfortable for you. I think I'll be glad when Ahsoka's out, though, because I think we just need to see how broken she is. With all the requirements leading up to her, it's strange, because as a character I really like her, but I get the feeling I am really going to dislike this character in the game. I just don't know what is giving me that vibe, other than that requiring 3 Relic 9s, 6 Marquees, being the most expensive galactic legend to date. The implication is she's got to be good. Well, she's got to be one up from JMK, surely. Assuming we're still considering JMK the best GL. I mean, Jabba and Leia may have words on that. It's a bit of a shame Love Vader can't throw his hat in the ring. But I think that's simply a case he wouldn't even know where the hat is. Yeah. So I find it funny how when Leia was released, it was like, oh yeah, she's going to be a very great offensive GL, maybe not so great on defense. No one uses her on offense. Never change, CG. Never change. I mean, I say it like that. It's not even CG there. It's the player base. You know, I go back to it. CG say, right, we've bought out Scythe to boost up the Executrix fleet. The player base. Let's put it with Chimera. We bought out Marauder so that there's a boost to Endurance. Let's put it with Negotiator. Yeah, definitely a lack of foresight. At least in certain instances. I mean, I'd say with Scythe, they did have the foresight that Chimera would be interesting with it. But because they didn't fix the bug that they've only just tried to fix now, which they still haven't bleeding fixed, they've essentially... They knew there was going to be a problem, but they didn't fix it. That Executrix bug is just so annoying. It just means if you're facing a punishing one, you've got to find some way around it that isn't comfortable. It's like I was climbing on here yesterday. I was down in 30th, and I had to face a few punishing ones, leaks, and I tried using both Endurance and Negotiator. One was with and one was without Houndstooth. And it's just so frustrating having to juggle fleets and try and off-meta your way up like that. My own fault in terms of I haven't got Leviathan yet here, but we're doing my damnedest at the moment to get it. Again, it's been a while since I've played GTA, but I know that it does get more difficult with the stars going up, but I can't remember if the army was the max or if it was something worse. I'm not entirely sure what is worse than the army. I like that. You know, I was watching The Day of the Jackal, Eddie Redmayne. that would be a cool, like, 6-star, if you like. The idea that all these armed forces go away and instead you just get pursued by this one assassin that's just going to shoot you down no matter what. That would be a cool twist on it. Take away the carnage and just fill you with fear. I can't remember if it was 3 or 4-star, to be honest. Been that long since I've actually played it. Right, normally I would have done another battle there because Cunning was number 1, but one of my shard mates will gladly take his spot, so I'm gonna hop over here. Alright, here we go. Wanted levels. One is the police will chase you down, attempt to arrest you. 2 stars, policemen become more aggressive, they will now shoot to kill. During pursuits, officers actively chase the player at full speed. 3 stars. Widen the range, set up roadblock. Be wearing bulletproof vests. Helicopters. 4-star. Police Maverick helicopter. Riot vans. Five-star, the streets will now be filled with police personnel and feature almost no, if any, civilian traffic. Numerous police cars and new true vehicles will hunt for the player and settle multiple roadblocks at a time. At 5 stars, an indefinite number of police and military vehicles, as well as up to 3 police Mavericks, will be chasing the player. Although usually only 2 will be deployed at any one time. Well, I thought I'd answer it. I'm sorry, I should have hit the button again. Also, this kind of sums up my thoughts on Conquest to a degree. Someone yesterday posted 4 million on the dot just in time for Conquest 2. And I have to write, congrats and commiserations. You know, it's like, you know, GG's, you've got 4 million. Also bad luck because it means you gotta do Conquest. I really want them to change it so that it actually feels nice. Positive to feel from it. You know, again, I know the likes of Osprey gets a kick out of it, you know, but I think there's a load of us that want more from the game than that. Okay, so 2-0 for the week. I'm actually glad about that. We have had a rough time of this season. Last time I was up against IHYWLFM. No idea what that acronym stands for. We did get the full clear, nice 2007. They took down one team. What was it? Fin Zori. Don't think we had any bad battles here. At least I can't recall any. Granted, I was not really all with it. We dropped on GG. Top of my head, I can't remember what I tried there. Yeah, I can't remember what I tried. I think it would have been some silly Underman. Maybe I was trying Night Sisters that weren't built for it, but either way, we got away with it. Anything else? Oh yeah, we tripped on Executor. I've said it already, Punishing One's just an arse at the moment because of Executrix not working, so... Yeah, fleets just... I'm kind of happy if fleets don't exist for a bit. You know, and I don't feel like I'm an anti-fleet person. You know, normally you guys, when you've seen me talk about fleet in the game, I've been quite open to it. Yet right now, I could just not give a toss about fleet if it wasn't for the fact I have to get my daily income via it. You know, it's like, come on, CG, just fix one bug on one ship. I'm not even asking you to fix all the bleeding stuff with, like, the turn order, not turn order, high dagger and all that lot, reverting that. I'm just saying fix the thing you broke. Ugh. This is where I actually feel like I'm unwell a bit still, because I'm not usually this grouchy. I can be grouchy, especially on Conquest Day, but I'm not normally this grouchy. Oh. Alright, I've forgotten the name of the person I'm facing. Who is it? Roar. I'll get there. Alright, by the by, we had a GP advantage last time, but this time we don't. Let's see. We've got Zeta disadvantage, Omicron disadvantage, GL disadvantage. Well, that's a gimme. 211 to 233 Ralix. 166 to 199 R5s. Well, R5 Plus is not great. 40 ahead on the 25 plus score. What's that? 72 on the 20s. That's good. A little behind on the 15s. Marginally behind on the Datacrons. Okay. That is definitely working in extremes, Osprey. Okay, they've got pretty much everything. I'd say maybe they're a bit quick for what he's got in his roster, some of them. But I'm not going to decry it, you know, I've seen weirder speeds. Alright, let's put this in. So, they have actually taken one down. Just checking, I said Finfinzori, is that what they did last time, or am I just not with it? Man, Finfinzori is really getting beat on. I know usually it's a sign that a team's not doing great on defense, but equally I'm like, oh, Finfinzori. Both times just sort of taken as a, alright, I'm just going to warm up on that. Yeah, I feel for it. Okay, well, yay. They haven't nibbled on my south, so that's something. North Wall. We got Queen Amidala. EP. We got Ray. Also with Bridge Isle, so great. We got Third Sister. And we got Kenobi. Yeah, my confidence is already... Right, so we got DTMG Saw, Leia, a little bit of an odd cook with Pow in there, Lord Vader, and Boss Nass. Well, I feel like I've got to stick with what I know, which is doing Seer. I mean, it could be that having it in there is still a mess, but... I mean, according to this, it's still beatable. Songita's won with it. So I've got to give it a crack, but... it's one of those where... if it doesn't work, then we know how much of a problem team it is. I don't know what I can do to take down JMK though. I mean, I have got Raver, but I don't really back Raver to do anything with Blowcron. 52.97. Quite filthy, by the way. 86% for Balin. Okay, so all of these also had the GI level 9. One there that didn't. I'm thinking it might be worth a punt. We do that. Throw that there, that there. That's a tricky set of teams. Because I'm looking now and I'm thinking both of these I want to add Rad. If this guy's due, he's set a tricky defense to move around. Lock him. The gear 12 now. Good to know that's got some legs. I'd have thought C would still struggle without a Watt or something like that, so Dakazon be working nasty here. So you're thinking maybe use the Great Mothers on the Gungans to get one of them out, essentially. We could give that a go. We'll have a run at that. Oh. You know, you say it like that, and it makes you sound like a prick to use Sop. No, you didn't get me. Alright, so just for argument's sake with this Night Sister thing, say we did the Great Mothers zombie, because Morgan will just die, and who are we doing? Spirit? Doom on Phalanx, Bless somewhere, Doom Nas, kill Nas. We're assuming at gear 8 we can kill even with the shield up. Okay, we'll give it a go. Yeah, it's kind of why I was thinking, do you go for Boss Nass? Because it kind of made sense. Right, that DI is just frustrating. I mean, there's nothing stopping me going for the shield. Game Phalanx is worth it though. Yeah, like I say, I've got the Great Mothers now at gear 12, so I should be able to make you something 5v5. Still, I figured that would have to be a piecemeal, so I don't mind it. What have we got here? Go for that. Alright, so this is basically a game of how many times can Gideon do his AoE without you dying to it. Oh, that was not a nice evade. Alright, Radha's Spark of Rebellion, so bye-bye. Ooh. Next up, I've got DTMG for this. Tell you what, after being on the other end of that AoE, it's actually kind of nice just being able to spam it. It's like in, say, Tekken, when you used to constantly be facing like these big bosses, and then after completing the campaign, you get to use the boss. A little bit odd with Leia there. It's, well, not Leia, with Power there. %62% there. Not much of a change win rate wise though. You know, I've heard some things about putting Starkiller with Raver, so I wouldn't have been too surprised if that had done something. But yeah, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That was unlucky. I mean, I'm not infallible to pressing the wrong thing in the heat of the moment. Far from it. How many stacks have I got? 2, right. Oh, okay. Poke. Yeah, we probably will lose armor before the ingots get out. Yeah. That's being greedy. I feel like I purely need to keep Drogon quiet here. I know it is more than that, but it always feels like if you keep him quiet, you've probably done half of the job right. You know what I mean?
Ashes to ashes, falling alone, leaving to its own demise. Ashes to ashes, where do we go? Yeah.
Right.
Where do we go?
Jedi. Definitely a messy one, this.
Always thought that you'd be by my side.
Yeah, they get a bit tedious. I mean, I say that as if I don't put them on defense myself. It is where I kind of wish there was a good reason to take them off defense. But then, probably whatever that reason is, I'd be like, oh god, I don't want to face this. Yeah, this is not going well. I'm sure you weren't able to tell. Wow. Well, I might as well let this time out. I might be able to clean up with bounty hunters. But yeah. This defense is not for the giving. I mean, fair play. As soon as I saw it, I thought, this is not easy. But, still, I was hoping for a bit of give. I mean, Northwall, I've still got to try and find my way through JMK. I will put this out there just while we got a minute. I am closing in on JMK. Not like imminent, but maybe next 4 weeks we'll be starting the event. That's one thing, you know, I'm missing 3 GLs on this account. We should go up to 6 out of 8 soon. Probably by that point it'll be 6 out of 9. I haven't actually tried that yet. I've got Starkiller Crom, but I haven't tried it. I feel like I still need Starkiller with Deer. That's the weird thing. If a new food came out that kind of filled Starkiller's slot in 3s, I'd be willing to throw him in there. I go back to it. CG haven't done anything like Legacy Omicrons in a while. Like, why not give Scav Ray a Legacy Omicron where she does something in 3v3 GAC that essentially gives her a use? You know, I know that these things don't make money, but equally, it's like, why not? You know, people will go and put an Omicron on something that they wouldn't have been planning for. Exactly, it's been that long. I just think it's a shame. I mean, the number of characters they're coming out with moving forward, and what is it? It's 6 characters in a quarter, isn't it? So you think there's probably going to be 2 GA Omicrons in that, 2 TW Omicrons, and just because they're the other popular one, 2 TB Omicrons? I mean, at least that's 4 I can, you know, miss in terms of not needing to think about them, but man, oh man. I feel like I've had bad luck with this counter of like just random instances where they just suddenly overpower me. I mean, not today, thankfully. But I don't know. It's just been that odd occasion that I feel I've been having. Yep. Okay, come back to that one in a minute. This is definitely my process right now. Just hit it, and if you can't beat it, quit it. I'll tell you what, I'll leave Starkiller out for a minute. I start saying that right, and I think, what's the point in leaving Starkiller out when this is a bigger team than I normally face? Like, why would I want to weaken it? Ugh. Let's get to it, but Volgo. Right, so we can't do much about Ben for a minute, so I figure just actually, yeah. Stuck in two minds then about to rock or not to rock. Are you ready to rock? Okay, Sith Empire. Yeah, Starkiller's... Well, Starkiller. You know, I kind of always have a bit of faith in that squad. I think I might have lost one with Seer Malika Starkiller. And I think that was purely because I went without Datacrons and I could have given it a bit more respect, but... I think, especially early on when I didn't have a lot of crons in that set, sometimes you have to decide when to cron and when not, but... Yeah, unfortunately it was the wrong one that time, but by and large, they're good without them. Right, just hit you. I don't want to slam because that's a waste. Alright. I'm glad I made myself a nice big cup of coffee, but equally I'm thinking I really need to drink it now. Alright, one more please. There we go. Let's give this wild card a go, because I don't really have much faith in this, if I'm going to be honest, but let's see how it goes. I know what you mean. I'm wondering if it's something to do with dodge chance being a case of it's got a higher chance of happening than a 65% chance. Like, I honestly don't know. I know that doesn't make sense. Like, I can be higher if it's like a flat percentage, but maybe it's like a higher base chance. But I know what you mean. Things like that, you kind of just shrug at it, don't you? Weird though. Again, a lot of it could be confirmation bias, and sometimes we feel it's more often when it isn't. Like, I was irritated at dodge last night in the raid. Oh yeah, for sure it's a low win rate. I'm pretty much at the bottom of my options. Yeah. Yeah, I literally haven't got anything else. So yeah, this is just a bad GA for me. Honestly, I think I'm just going to call this one for what it is. This guy set a tough defense. I've got pretty much no way of countering things in terms of like, yeah, I could clean up that, but I couldn't clean up that. Maybe I could clean up one or two of them, but not all three. So yeah, unfortunately, Temma doesn't get the 3-0 for the week, but that does suck. Yeah, I remember that. I think I might have just accidentally hit the wrong button with Raver. I mean, I will say this, I'm still learning Raver. And yeah, I think that was it. I just pressed the wrong button when I was attacking Plo. I wanted to try and get him out fast, just so that he wasn't dealing the true damage to me. But obviously, once he was under damage immunity, I couldn't do a damn thing. Yeah. Oh, it wasn't Raver, it was Seven Sister. Now I remember. I think what I was trying to do was sort of push him a little bit, but it was the wrong way to push him. When I say push, I mean... I already got the purge anyway. I think I'm in Kaiba 2 right now on my main, so I'll probably drop into Kaiba 3 with that. I mean, after the season I've had, I'll have to accept it, even though it's a week's worth of crystal loss. I think my free-to-play's in Kaiba 3 right now, so hopefully I can stay there. Yeah, honestly, it's worth staying into Kaiba 3 if you can. Only a minor crystal increase, but you want it. Just going to run an ad break while we're changing accounts. Alright, we got the opponent up from last time. Tell you what, you can tell it's Territory Battles Day when you get a bunch of notifications on Discord and it's pretty much just Echo Bot. Platoons, platoons, fill your platoons. Okay. Oh, try again. There we go. So this is the last round on Crimson. Pun didn't do much again. They scored one battle, taking out Lord Vader. I go again. I'm really tempted to take Lord Vader off defense for the fact he's doing me nothing. I feel like, if anything, he's just something that people take down for an easy one battle win. So, that's just irking me a bit. I was pretty efficient though in what time I had left, because I was doing this right up to the final minute. So, yeah, every battle I think I did pretty efficiently. That doesn't look great, but that literally timed out as the round ended, so I would have won that if I'd had, like, say, an extra minute. But yeah, I didn't touch this wall because I just thought I haven't got time for it. But there wasn't too much there. But yeah, we'll take the win. We didn't win the first round, but let's see what we can get from this third one. So, we're up against Zicanito. Last opponent was 12.1. This one's 10.4. We're 10.5. We've got 263 Zetas there, 261. We've got 6 Omicrons on them. One less GL than them. They're missing Luvada. We're missing 20 relics of that compared to them. 145 to 138 Relic 5 pluses. Oh, no, that's not good for me. 41 to 81 25 plus speeds. That one, that's nice. And then 20 pluses, 330 to 469. Alright. We haven't got Afra, no Zori, no Taran, no Bo, no Jar Jar, no Maul. Alright, I know they haven't got Luvada, so some things are expected, but still a bit of a surprise. No built-up Leviathan. Alright, we got a chance here. On paper. Hey, I feel like I did my bit. You know what I mean? Just because they didn't turn up doesn't mean I didn't. I might not have got a full clear on Crimson, but I did turn up. And they've turned up today, by the by. Let's see what they did. So, it took 2 to get down my Bulbazam Dengar team. I'll take that. 2 to take down Qui-Gon, Anakin, and Caloran. 2 to take down Malgus, Rev, and Bastila. 2 to take down Wraith, Ben, and Visas. And 2 to take down Luvada, Maul, and Royal Guard. So considering I've just been trash talking him a bit, Luvada's actually pulled up some result for us. Then here, wow. 3 on Queen Amidala. 4 on Bam. 2 on Trench. And yeah, wow. This is where I really wish I got a way of triggering memes, because I'd love to just have that one plane of, sorry about the mess. Fleet was pretty clean. Let's see how heavy they went defense then, because curious how heavy they could have gone and still full cleared. So Geos, Malgus. Yeah, I'm sure you could get lower, but I know what you mean. That was definitely a surprise. I'm curious what people think about seeing Darth Revan and Darth Malgus as separate teams. Like, I've seen it done occasionally, and I'm like, I can even understand it on offense as far as, like, on offense, it's like, okay, you could split them, you know, you could have one Malgus team that could take down something a bit squishy, you could have a Darth Revan team then to do something else, but I can't say I get it on defense. It feels like you're really weakening both. Or maybe not weakening both, but you're weakening Malgus for sure. Yeah, it's certainly true when it comes to me. Yeah, I think that can be deceptive. You think, oh, it's just, you know, Darth Revan, you know, Savage doesn't belong there, and then he essentially just lures you in with the taunt. I think I've faced it once before. Yeah, that could be an option. I've got JKL and Mace. Django. I don't think I've seen Django lead in a while. I feel like Django's that much of a multi-tool kind of character that you don't tend to see him leading anything. Okay, very odd set of defense teams. I'm thinking, do we just play it straight to start with? Like, we can go JMK, Leia. Yeah. And then Slacker, Jabba. That still leaves me C and Jamal. I think the fact that the Army does so much work kind of deserves the respect. It's like he isn't even worth naming if he hasn't got the Army. Alright, so JKL up here. I mean, it's early days, but it's kind of tempting to throw C at that, just to get it out of the way. We'll see what's behind it, obviously, but I'm just thinking here and now, it's very tempting. Bad Batch as well is very tempting there. I mean, let me just have a quick check. This guy did outspeed me. How is this looking? 285 plus... Yeah, plus 60. It's 345. .350 Echo. 303. Assuming tech is the one we use. If it's Wrecker, then it could be a bit awkward. I mean, I could always try that. It's been a while since I've tried it. I mean, that just screams Imperial Trooper me. Like, you haven't used your Imperial Trooper toys in a bit. Do you want to get them out of the toy box? Likewise, that is... It's giving me an idea to use the Bad Batch there. Don't know if we give May or something though. Let's play it safe with Bad Batch. That should be alright. I've actually gotten, like, this nuke team available. There was a point when I was always using it, but I think I did veer away from it. Yeah, they're on defense now. I mean, I could do ADRAD, but I'm not entirely sure that'd be worth it. Don't really want to use Bo-Katan. I suppose that'd be something. Maybe do a GG team. Yeah, I'm glad I backed out of Bad Batch. I find that remarkable, 81%. I mean, it's a good start. We'll throw it in. And then... honestly, Night Sisters and... we'll put Dash, but honestly, it could be anything at that point. Let's just see what's at the back. Alright. Very vague plan, but it's something. Don't think we needed a Datacron here. You know what I think would be interesting if there's a way of actually having like a message system saying, I want to talk to you. But you kind of knew that they were chill about it. Because it's like one of those, when you get a DM thing in the inbox saying X's wants to have a word with you, it's like you get this vibe of, oh god, what are you going to say to me? It'd be nice if there was a way of knowing that they weren't actually going to be a complete arse about things. I mean, that's nice. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about, because I imagine there are a lot of really nice people out there, especially if you, as you say, you get someone like Core who's like probably in a massive bloody guild. You know, those are the things I'd love to be able to just have the opportunity to have a chat with a player about. You know, like say, how'd you find my roster kind of thing. But yeah, it's like, you're also going to get a ton of these absolute arses who are like, oh, you suck, you know, and I'm being very boring there saying that, because I'm sure they'd say worse. But, you know, it's like, I kind of wish there was just a way of people going, I'm nice, don't reject my DMs. That's very decent. I mean, I'm probably going to drop into Carver 3 on my main. If I can stay in Carver 3 on my free-to-play, that's at least consistent across my accounts, so I'll take that. This is the one I've been using. No, it's that. Yeah. I honestly do not know. I may have to do something like head and hands with someone. You know, someone plays one of my accounts and I just control it. Yeah, it's like that, isn't it? You think it's very much a long shot. How long my accounts have been pretty close to one another. You know, it's well, I think there was actually a point not long ago when they were on the same GP point. Not GP point, skill point, and you were thinking, come on, it's got to happen soon. And yeah, they just drifted. That was disappointing. Alright, bye-bye hooks. I mean, if Darkside Ray can stop hooks from dying like that, then I think that's the biggest achievement that she can do anyway. You know, forget all these other things that she's probably got going on in the kit. The fact that she could actually sustain the First Order a little bit. You know, because it's the only thing I don't really like about the faction, the fact that they all die off so fast and you end up dropping so many banners because they don't have any survivability in them. Other than that, they're probably like the best GL group. I mean, I'm saying that. Look at Kylo. Well, Unmasked. He just hangs around. He doesn't care. But Hooks, he's like, nah, I'm wimpy. I'm out, man. I'm a support, but I can only support you at the start. If I take too many hits, you know, I have to go and have some caviar. Right, I want to check speeds before I do anything else here. This is 317 plus 30, so 347. Barely ahead. Thank you for the sarcasm thing, because I was just going to point out why that might not be a good idea. Okay, Bad Batch may not be the best idea. Maybe we go with Gibme then. I've said it before, so, I'm like Sheldon in The Big Bang Theory with sarcasm sometimes. I need someone to be Leonard with a sarcasm sign, just and holding it up as if to say, yeah, just in case you didn't twig. Not my proudest thing, as far as, you know, Sheldon's obviously not the best person to build a characteristic around, but yeah, I will be open about that. Face it. Face it. Pew 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 pew. How rude. That'd be an interesting spin-off. You know, if that's what we find out, the force led by Rex is the good group. I feel like I need a inspiration for a sarcasm emote, or a decent one. Oh, that was something though. I was thinking about getting like sound bites, more sound bites set up on the channel, and it was purely because I just had The Simpsons on last night and I was falling asleep. And out of nowhere, I just heard Ralph Wiggum say something along the lines of, I saw an areola. And here's me falling asleep, and then just out of nowhere I hear that, and I'm cracking up. You know, it's like, that, I don't know why, but something like that would just crack me up in terms of coming out of nowhere. Not the best thing right now, I'll admit, but I think it shows where my sense of humour sometimes falls. It might be something as simple as that, for sure. Oh, right. Yeah, have that. Go on, have another one. Oh, this. Oh, I'll tell you what. Hey, you'd actually be proud of this one. I've only just seen the relic level on it. Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing there, by the way. I was maybe just a little bit passive on it because I was expecting it to die a little bit quick. Oh, I'm covering it. Yep, sorry about that. Yeah, I can show you on this screen. Yeah, she was R9. You know, give Zika Nita credit. That was a thick Dakka. You know, still wouldn't stop troopers doing their job, but yeah, surprised me that. Yeah, it was greedy, but I'll be honest, normally I'd be expecting either a kill or at least get low enough that then maybe a Via's base could finish it off, but yeah, I didn't take into account the Dakar R9, which was obviously thick enough to keep him around. I'd guess. A bit random if not. Either that or they're working on them. Yeah, Jedi. I think that's the lineup I saw. Why do I feel like we just found the crux of your retirement reasons? The Night Sisters got they got the new blood, and the old blood kind of got shufted into the corner. Which I don't really feel that way. I feel like Merrin and whatnot still get the limelight with Jabba, but I mean, if you want line kit up, feel free to talk trash about Night Sisters. You know, I smile just for the fact that my mum's hero was Gordon Banks. If you're not a football supporter, Gordon Banks was an England goalkeeper, legend of the game. Played for Stoke as well for quite a while. And my mum actually worked for him at one point. And yeah, she absolutely idolised him. And when I was growing up, it was a little bit of a thing from my granddad that we'd just take the mickey a little bit of him. Not because we didn't, or at least for me, not because I didn't respect him or anything. It was more just like to take the mickey out of mum a little bit. And you used to just call him a chimpanzee kind of thing. And I'll tell you what, ever since he died, I think that was in 2020. I think it was 2020 at this point. I'll tell you what, it really feels sad, because you know what I mean, in the sense, you kind of say something in that time where you think, you know, yeah, it's just a bit of a joke. You don't necessarily mean it, but it's just a little bit of, you know, a bit of fun or whatever. And then afterwards you're thinking, nah. But yeah, just for me, I did feel bad about that. You know, I did love Gordy as a player. You know, we've got a statue of him outside the ground, and by God, he deserved it. But yeah, if the last thing that was thought of me with him was that, I'd be devastated. Kind of just joining in a joke with my granddad who didn't even follow football. But sometimes it's good to join a pylon, which is kind of what started me on that with Kit. And say, I'm not sure what this soccer is you're on about. Right, that's trashy Phoenix. That batch can beat this, can't they? Yeah, it's funny how that thing that you describe with picking a ball up is supposedly football. I've said it plenty of times, it's the hill I'll die on. There are so many things I'll concede on with America of getting the right terminology or the right linguistic choices versus the English, but soccer versus football, that's the one I will not give ground on. Right, let me just put that there because we did do that. I think we give that a go. Just occurred to me, I've not used my GLs. I mean, you kind of sum that up quite well, Kit. I'm not going to say much more there. Let's go here. Oh. They're immune to fear and stun whenever an ally or enemy is defeated. Okay. Freya should still be able to cope with this, shouldn't she? Also, is it just me, or is it weird not taking Raver up higher than R5? Like, as soon as I got her, I made sure to take her to R9 for the fact that it took me that long to bloody get her. I was like, I'm not disrespecting her. Don't have DTMG, so, and we used Gideon before, but again, I'll keep that in mind for the future. Put that there. I feel like I've had a few sucks here already. Alright, bye-bye, sweet Raver. Star Wars never knew they missed you. Alright, clean 56, kind of. Malik for the solo. Yeah, I was waiting for the taunt, really. This is where you kind of go on about the dodge chances. Well, considering I do need to at least get this under some level of control, I'd rather not go full auto yet. You know, just try and make sure that we don't get stuck behind the wrong character or anything. Let's land that. I need healing immunity, there we go. Just stop it from healing up constantly. There we go, shock. There we go. Here, have this. Come on, your old version's coming out in a week. If you could snooze it, if you can. That's right, you can take the full 5, or full 3 left. There we go. It's just making sure Kanan was under control, because obviously he's got haunts and all that kind of jazz. Alright. We got Adrad. Let's give the batch a run. Yeah, honestly, it's why I generally trust you guys to just do it if you think it's the right call. Sometimes I just don't see something's gonna happen. We've got a tank, so that feels a bit of a waste. You know what? Considering I'm going to use JML supposedly on that, I'm wondering if we use JML there instead. That's probably the more efficient choice. Yeah, it's where I'm just dopey. I'll probably just not see it until, you know, I've gone in. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I need Luke. So I need 1, 2, 3, so we can use... Ooh. You know what, I'm going back up a little bit. I'm going to deal with them a lot in a minute. I'll make sure I just deal with this wall. Because I think if I mess anything up here, then, yeah, it'd be a bit awkward. I'm glad Mace taunted then. Let's give that to Mace. I'm assuming because Bad Batch is kind of vogue. You know, it's still reasonably new. I mean, I thought season 3 was alright. Where I feel like I'm on an island sometimes. I've said it before, I like a lot of things that people don't like. If I had more time, I probably would try and do reviews, for the simple fact I'd like to actually put down on paper what I think of things and why I think them. Just for the simple fact that I sometimes do feel like I just like things without actually having much justification for liking them, if that makes sense. Well, we're trying to take as much advantage as we can of Shatterpoint. Well, I think people are already hating on Skeleton Crew because of the kid actors. At least if you read what Reddit have had to say, or parts of Reddit. I mean, I've never been that kind of person who doesn't like kid actors. There might be the odd one who can be a bit irritating, but sometimes I hear comments of like, oh, kid character here sucks, kid character here sucks, and I'm like, they're kids. You know, unless you've got like a generational talent, you're not going to have an Oscar-winning performance from every kid actor, so you kind of accept what they can do. You know what I mean? Yeah, I tend to do that a fair bit. If I'd been skipping, it was just not thinking. There we go. Oh. Back again. My impression of not a lot of the Star Wars fandom, but a very certain section of it is that they're very, very entitled. And very, very angry. Right, I'm going to run the ad break, and while I'm running it, Kit can tell me what I'm doing wrong here. I mean, that was bang on time. Zombie instead of Visage. Okay. It's funny, and I was trying to keep in mind what you told me about Zombie being a PvE character. So I was like, okay, I won't use Zombie in PvP if I don't need to. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, sometimes there can be passion, sometimes it can be legitimate in terms of it's not coming from the wrong places, but yeah, sometimes it can just be absolute bile. I mean, you think about all that with Jake Lloyd, and you see pictures of him as well, and you think, God, he looks a broken man. All because some Star Wars fans didn't like how he played a character in a film. What is it now, 25 years? Yeah, 25 years? Poor guy. I mean, I say poor guy, he probably got a nice chunk of money for doing it and all that, you know. I'm not saying it like Okay, never mind. But you know, it's like he obviously suffered a bit for it. Yeah, season 2 of Andor is definitely going to be big. No, honestly, I don't think it would have mattered, because I'd have thought Zombie would have kept, you know, would have had the better chance of keeping us alive, but they obviously just one-shot us, so no chance of revival. Yeah, I think that's just the bottom line. Some people will just always like things. Well, will always hate things, I should say. Yeah, as soon as it was just one of those unlucky things where straight out the park they get nuked. You know, it happens, especially with the gear I'm working with. Go back to it, it's where I would like it if they just slow down, but the trouble is the speeding up. Yeah, I mean, Callie Marie Tran, I gotta agree with her. I mean, I didn't mind Rose. You know, like, I didn't think she was like the most important character in the series, but you know, I didn't think she was like, you know, the star of the show. I think maybe, trying to remember the director's name, Rian Johnson. I think he kind of saw her a bit like that, like he wanted to highlight her. But you know, I didn't think like it was that big a role in my eyes. But yeah, I still didn't get the 8 for her. You know, especially the point of chasing her off social media. And what gets me even more, maybe not even more, but almost as more, is the fact that Disney kind of endorsed it by reducing her role in the next film. You know, that one got me, because it's like, you've seen those backwads do that, and then your response is, right, we're going to give you less screen time so that people won't moan as much. I don't like it. You know, it's a case of stand up against it. Don't sort of just don't just allow it to happen. Oh yeah, I've heard about that with the Chinese posters. I mean, it's not just the only franchise that's done it, but it's a weird one with China where you think, I get the fact that there are certain things that happen in that country, but you can't help but look and go, they really need to, ideally they would come up with a way of having an international law kind of thing where films that come in are allowed to come in as they were made, rather than having to meet their own censorship policies. But I don't know, it's never going to happen, is it? All right. If I've heard right, and I'm assuming it's like what Osprey was saying, Finn was in the film, it's just that they aren't allowed to promote him. I might be mistaken there. It's like I seem to remember something along the lines of the director of The Eternals. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she couldn't direct in China, so she came over to the USA to start making films. And because of that, she's actually kind of blacklisted in China. You know, like none of her American-produced films are allowed to be aired over there because of it. Got Zoe in my head, but I'm pretty sure her name wasn't Zoe. I will say though, I kind of want to see the other film that she sort of got the Eternals role off. You know what I mean? I kind of want to see what caught everyone's attention for. Because Eternals didn't do that great, but I obviously did something to get everyone's attention. I just didn't actually see that film. Is it Chloe Zhao? I saw it on Disney Plus. You see, I wouldn't say it was bad, but I think what did do it was the fact that it was a bit meh compared to a lot of other films we'd had. Yeah, exactly. There were expectations, and they arguably just didn't come anywhere near to being hit. I mean, also, it was meant to be like the first prestige Marvel movie, you know, like something that wasn't just like fancy Hollywood blockbuster, but it was meant to be like this potential Oscar winner. So when it didn't really do much for either side of that scale, it was like, Strange though, because when you think Oscar bait movies, they do tend to have that thing where they go all in with this style that they think, oh yeah, this will get the Oscars, Lukey. And then they just never get a glance because the film itself is actually poor. And you think maybe that's what happened with the Eternals. You know, they kind of went in with that mentality and just completely swing and a miss. I mean, there's threads from that movie I'd like to see picked up. You know, I'm not saying every thread. I mean, I'm not particularly curious what Harry Styles was up to and all that, but I'm intrigued to see what happened to Cersei and the others. Don't say too much more. So if I now link Rev, in theory, all three of these should have no protection. Adrad, I was thinking I could do JML. He was going to be in a film with Blade, yeah. Blade had been cast with, if I can say his name right, Mahershala Ali, and that film's just been in development hell. So that, adding the fact that Wesley Snipes did quite well in his little cameo recently, who knows what's happening there. So yeah, that film's kind of, if you can work out what's going to happen with Black Knight, the more the merrier as far as guesswork goes. Not a lot of good stats on any of these. At least good stats for one after here. Yeah, I'm not underestimating this because I know this team can be very good. I'm going to try and not use out-of-turn attacks as much as I can, but also I know I've got to do it a bit to build the ult. That weird ground. Let's daze you. Yeah, so they go and get their ult. It's feeling like a terrible idea, if I'm going to be frank. Still, this guy can say that he got a hold against JML in his GAC, so not all a loss, I guess. Okay. I needed a healing immunity and I hadn't got Anakin. Okay. I mean, what I didn't realise before doing that, I've got Bane. If I'd realised I got Bane, I'd have been going straight for it. That was quite literally a case of not knowing what ingredients I still got left in the pantry. Kind of hiding out of my line of sight. This is where I still find Dekron's weird, the idea that, you know, Adrad's now better than JML, arguably. Even if it's only temporary, it's like, oh yeah. Even if it's for a temporary spell, it's like, yeah, cool, cool. No one just bats an eyelid at it. You spend weeks and weeks, months and months building up this galactic legend, and then suddenly it's like, oh, okay, now this weird thing that you've got a Datacron for can beat it. It wasn't a good one, but if it didn't have a Datacron, that Adrad team, I'm pretty sure it would have beat it, because even though it wasn't a great team, I got control, plus there would have been enough damage. The heals for the level 6 of the Datacron were the thing holding me back. Let's do that. Yeah, so we ain't getting them this time. Okay, a bit of force influence on our side. That's actually pretty nice. Oh. Sorry again. Okay. Alright, last one. Let's take my baby Mandalorians for a ride. Get the training wheels on. I liked how Dooku's just completely immobilized there. That was just a brilliant move. Let's do that. Right, so a lot of my hope here now comes down to the fact that Paz has got relics, so even if, like, Bo isn't doing much, Paz can carry. Yeah, she seems very fun. I mean, even at Gear 12, she does okay. You know, so really recommend anyone to go for her. Where's Han? Oh, he's down here. Cool. I thought, where's my Han gone? Yeah, thankfully that time I didn't hit the sign. Okay. Thankfully, this shouldn't be a problem. You know it's bad when ship enters the meta like Punishing One did. And essentially, my mind is now on, bring a new ship into the game, please. Just something to get us out of this bad meta. It is that thing where, you know, they're kind of wanting you to have a new ship so that you're willing to get it fast. I feel like I'm so cynical about CG at times lately, but when you see some of the things they do, it's hard not to. Punishing One, yeah. My point is, since then, you know, it's like, I've been wanting another one since then. I mean, granted, I'd settle if they just actually fixed Executrix. That is the thing that is annoying me the most, because that's the thing that they chose to break. You know, I will take no other changes if they just fixed the thing they broke, but other than that, it's like, yeah, something to make the meta nicer would be, well, nicer. Yeah, exactly. It's like, fair enough, there was something about the Chimera thing you didn't like, and you're thinking, alright, we go and fix this after about a year of it not being a problem. Let's do it. Just don't break Exactrix while you're doing it. Yeah, you're not wrong. It doesn't mean that I can't wish they sorted themselves out. Yeah, it's not 7-star, it's only 4 at lock. Yeah, essentially, in the Chimera counter, I used to get Mark on TIE Fighter Pilot. It wasn't intended to be that way. Like, it was in Scythe's kit that it should only work with Exactrix. So, when Punishing One came out, they actually altered that so that it would no longer mark when Chimera's got a TIE Fighter. The flip side is, it stopped working for Scythe with Exactrix now. So, it just doesn't work the way it should. And it's so frustrating with some of these counters because you kind of want them to go for a TIE Fighter to get like an easy target out of the way. And instead they're going for like one of your more important ones like Scythe itself. It goes from being able to force them to go for one of your weak things to going for one of your MVPs. I wouldn't say unplayable, but it's very RNG dependent. I mean, I've had to try climbing with it because with Punishing One, that's how many counters there are right now. It's either Exactrix, Endurance, or Negotiator. And it is weird to throw Endurance in there. Yeah, I think I've 3-shot one lately in the sense that that's kind of how many it's taking. They're just not fun battles. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'd just go back to it. I just wish they fixed that one thing. I mean, my philosophy, if I ever had a say in gaming studios, which I know I never will, is if you've made a bug like that, you prioritise fixing it before pumping out other content. But it just never happens, at least to my experience. Full steam ahead is always the philosophy, it seems. They might not gain monetary value, but they probably lose players when they're faffing around. You know, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Yeah, I mean, you'd think that'd be how it'd work, wouldn't you, Phil? I mean, for all I know, that is how it works, but lately, it just feels like that team doesn't do as much as you would expect them to. Probably being harsh, but it's how it feels. That's the thing that gets me, Osprey. I have to agree. Of late, it feels like there is no quality control, quality assurance. It's like that comment when Punishing One came out and they said they expect it to beat everything except Leviathan, and Leviathan should stand strong, or whatever words it was. I know it wasn't that exactly, but words to that effect. And fact that they obviously didn't test it, because you think everyone just went in, beat Leviathan, it's like, okay, you obviously didn't check this. You know, and even when they took it in against Dagger, it was still a bit iffy. So yeah, I just find it odd. It's like, come on, just check your game a bit. Yeah, I mean, you'd think when you're actually messing with something in terms of tune, you know, Foresight for Chimera, they'd check it still works on the one it's meant to work on. Let's go there. Okay. Let's bring in Blow. I'd be lying if I said I had a clear plan with this battle. I mean, that's the other thing, yeah. It was obviously a thing that it was working with Chimera when it shouldn't. But it's as if they knew that there wasn't really a hard counter to Leviathan, or let's say a hard counter, but a soft counter, so they were thinking, we need to give people something. But then they kind of took that away out of nowhere, and it's like, why? It's still being in Cloak and Dagger as well, that's the bit you don't get. Like, why have you made excuses about a lot of this? Why not just be open with the player base and say, yeah, we didn't like this, so we've done this for this reason. I mean, it blows to you at times, but I think people respect it more than just being beat around the bush would do. Alright, we got the win, 2031 to 1881. I will agree with what was said before, Wolf. That was quite a low full clear score. I mean, I didn't play a perfect round yet, I still got in the 20s. So, Zeke, GG's on clearing, man, but I gave you more trouble than I think you expected. I mean, a drop on pretty much every team bar Finn on that wall. No issue Bane failed there and they had to try something else, but to lose against a non-Datacron BAM and then drop on... I mean, the drop on Dooku, actually, I'm like, okay, maybe there's a bit of underestimating Django and the Crom, but yeah, still surprises me a bit. Still, I'm happy with that. Right, I need to have a quick check of something before I do anything else. And it wasn't that, but I'll claim it while I'm here. Oh. 17 minutes until that refreshes. That felt staticky. Is there any point in doing the HK feat? I thought that was just purely one of the paywalled ones. Oh, okay. I almost didn't realise there was a vanilla one for him. Let me log in here. Just want to see if anything's happened on Ammon. Just before we go. Probably not. So it's nothing to do with the character pass. Well, they haven't attacked here yet. Okay, defeat HK47. Right, I see it. Just feel I'll go a bit overpowered here. I'm sorry. It does feel a bit like that, Phil, I've got to say. It does feel like they're creating a problem to solve it next year. You know, and that does bum me. You know, I'm like... I respect that they want me to buy something, but it's like, just give me a deal. But don't make me suffer to them want to buy something, because all that does is just make me feel bad. You know, I don't know about any of you guys, right? We all have stuff going on in our lives. You know, we've got our own stuff to deal with. I don't really want a game be giving me stuff to deal with as well. And this is where I just wish they had a little bit more respect for us. Oh, you know, just basically not taking the pee. I'm not saying, you know, they can't throw things in our face a little bit. Just don't take the pee. I mean, it's like this. I will say, this menu looks very nice. You know, the fact that you got Hu Yang here, it's going to be General Syndulla in a fortnight. I will say very comfortably, it's a very nice looking menu with a bunch of very nice looking feats and all this lot, you know, as far as... It looks nice. It's a dead bit of UI to me. Like, I can do a little bit. You know, I've probably done more than some on this one, considering I got 121 shards of Hu Yang. I'm pretty sure I've got yesterday, so I've got one more I can collect. But yeah, it just blows. Worst bit is, looking at that, I can't help but think, is it actually worth doing a like a shard grab, like a $12.99? But can't be, can it? But it's what gets me about these kind of things. They put the predatory thought in your head of, go on, gamble that $12.99. You never know, you might get a good drop. You know, and reality is, I probably get 5 shards, and then I would be lucky to then be able to get a chance to go for that. You know. I don't know. I've done this one, by the way, like I said before. Tuscan's Momentum, pretty straightforward here. And I did say it, but I didn't show it. I'm doing okay on this account for my farms. I've removed some of the guff as well, my favourites. So, all my JMK stuff is at Relic, so that should mean that we're actually smoother in terms of getting him. No R8s either, so Cat needs one bit of a jump for Django and Watt. But then the rest are what, R5s, R3s? But yeah, fingers crossed by Christmas time, I should be able to do it. Actually, that would be kind of nice for me. You guys know me, I love my Kenobi, so I like the idea that I could actually get Kenobi for Christmas. Great mod is the Gear 12, like I said. I haven't worked on the mods, but I haven't really thought about it. But yeah, I'll have to give him a bit of attention. I was trying to get, what's-her-face, Morgan up first, but I realised I got the Night Trooper nearly done, so I thought I'll put a big gear his way as well. In and R him. There is that bit of me that's hoping, Phil. I mean, I'm not even thinking Red 5. I'm thinking maybe Luthen's ship. Because I could believe him doing that. You know, they bring him out on Conquest last year, and then they make him a Conquest ship next year. You know, it would be something I could see CG doing. You know, you think Malgus and then Fury class. But I'm not the biggest fan of that, I'll be honest. It's like... So, yeah. I say that, by the way. It's not that I'm not the biggest fan of Luthen's ship, because it was a very cool ship. It's just the idea of, yeah, Conquest, but it's got to be done. And I actually lie a little bit there, a teeny weeny bit, in that I would actually rather a Conquest ship than a Conquest character, because it means that I haven't got to farm a Conquest character's gear or Omicrons. Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I'm using Proth, as you might saw earlier, to climb in my free-to-place arena. It's a mess. You know, sometimes you get good RNG, sometimes, like, yesterday, I think it was, I kind of got... I did 10 battles and I was still at 9th. So, it was not a fun climb, that. Can you tell I'm broke? A little bit near. Alright, I'm faffing around a little bit, and I'd rather you guys be able to watch someone who's doing a GAC or doing something slightly more interesting than me pressing buttons. TB starts in 1 hour and 7, so that gives me time to freshen myself up, see my mum, and then I can get on with all this hell that is to come. Yeah, that is another thing I could do with doing my energy, making sure I use it. Ugh. Double drops have been good. I haven't had any, well, let's say I haven't had any. I don't think I've had any notable zeros. So, it has been a fruitful set of drops. I feel like the biggest one for me was getting Great Mothers done. I've already highlighted that, but even the likes of Night Trooper, they've come on a long way. Enoch and Death Trooper Predator have had a fair few shards. Just wish I'd been able to do more with Shin Hati. Doing multiple refreshes on these three, it meant Shin was just so far behind, but oh well. Alright. Let's close the game down for 5. Just occurred to me, Marvel Snap haven't put a comment out about them series drops, have they? Well, apparently there's a web store calendar. I didn't know that. Ooh, okay, we've had a little bit of a drop in TB. Rather than leaving, we've gone down from projected 30 stars to 29. No judgment there, just to be clear on Raven. It's just one of those where you're like... Sorry, I actually forgot what was on my web browser for then. I'm just sitting here idling. Alright, well, Womprat's on. He's been on a while now, but he might be on for a bit longer, so why not? He's recognised it's holiday, so yeah, I'm with him there. Let's go grease him and wish him a happy holiday as well. I don't think we've had a lot today. It was Darmish Garata with the follow. Thank you very much. But yeah, thanks for being here while I've had a coffee and what feels like raspy voice. Appreciate you all sticking around. Plan is to be back sometime before Friday to do a random stream. If my voice is alright. If not, we might just skip a bit. We'll just see how it goes. Keep an eye on Discord. But yeah, other than that, I will see you when the new GAC season starts. But like I say, we should be back before then. Alright, bye for now.